video is discussing how much value you actually have. Every single person walking this planet has something that cannot be bought, sold, or taken away from them. But the sad thing is, most people don't realize this till it is like too late. So, what's crazy is you were born with the same core value as every world leader, every billionaire, every person who's ever achieved any worldly greatness, okay? The difference is not in your worth or what you were born into. It's in what you can see your worth, how you can see your value, if that makes sense. Think about it like this. Imagine you found an old painting in your garage, and like maybe it's not even your garage, maybe it's your grandparents' garage, and you're helping them clean it. You're gonna be like, oh, this is definitely just a random painting, nothing too crazy about this. But then, like, say you take it down to a pawn shop or an art dealer, and you're like, just curious, how much do you think this would be worth? And this expert's like, yeah, that's worth millions. That's a $55 million painting. Um, so you didn't see the painting's value suddenly, but it was always there. You just didn't know to look for it. That's exactly what's happening with your human value right now. All right, point number one, your value is not performance based. We live in a society where everything we do is posted publicly, or, so, I mean, you don't have to, but mostly it's like on social media, or it's your family's very like, you perform and you do well, you know? But your value isn't locked in on that. Remember that. Most people, when you ask them like, what do you do, or what's your name, you know, like just like getting to know you, they think it comes from their job title, their bank account, their achievements. But here's the truth. That's like saying a diamond is only valuable when it's in a fancy ring. But the diamond has value because of what it is, not when it's placed in a Harry Winston band, okay? And this is just gonna say, just take this point as your value always exists because you exist, okay? Point number two, you're literally one of a kind. There are 8 billion people on this planet, but there will never be another person anything like you. Just think about that for a second. 8 billion. And in all of human history, past, present, and the future, your exact combo of your thoughts, your experiences, and your perspective will never exist again. It's like being the only key that fits in a specific lock. The lock might be a problem only you can solve, a person only you can help, or an idea only you can bring to life. Point number three, your struggles add to your value. Okay, here's something most people get backwards. They think problems, failures, and struggles make them worth less. Like every time they fail, it just diminishes them. Or if they started from a really hard spot to get to where they are now, they think that diminishes their value in some way. But it's the opposite. Just like when you're trying to sharpen a knife or something, you're not going to do it with something smooth. You're going to have to use it with like a strong rock. And it's made strong by going against that. I hope that's a good analogy for you. And every challenge that you face just adds layers to who you are and the complexity of who you are as a person. It's just like a tree that has those rings as it gets older and it grows through different climates and challenges and rocks. And these difficulties will create and cultivate a strength in you that smooth sailing never would. And also remember that in every movie, everyone loves the underdog. Everyone loves the person that went from nothing to everything. For example, Cristiano Ronaldo. Okay, he was just some average guy, and now he's the first person to become a billionaire in football, which is amazing. Football, if you're in Europe, soccer, if you're in America, you know. But yeah, so your struggles always add to your value. Point number four, your impact will ripple forever. This is something we forget, but I'm going to give you an example. You know how one small stone creates ripples across an entire lake? That's what your life can do every single day. Every conversation you have, every smile you make, every moment of kindness creates waves that touch people you'll never even meet. An example of this could be like, you see someone and you smile at them, and then that uplifts their spirit. So then whenever they go to get their coffee, they're really nice to the cashier. And then you never met the cashier, you just smiled at that person. And then the cashier is like, "Oh my goodness, that lady was so nice." And then she's nice to the next customer, and then it's just a ripple effect that you didn't even know you caused. I mean, think about this. A teacher influences a student who then decides, because of that teacher's motivation, to become a doctor who saves lives. Then, another example would be a parent's encouragement helps a child who grows up to create something amazing. You're not just living your life, you are always contributing to a story that's bigger than you can ever imagine. Point number 5, you have something that the world needs. Right now, somewhere in the world, there's a problem waiting for your solution. There's a person who needs to hear your story. They need to hear what you went through. There's an idea that only makes sense when it comes through your unique perspective, not AI. I mean, maybe you use AI to generate it, but you also use your unique perspective to apply it in a certain way. It's like you always have a puzzle piece in your pocket and you can't see the full puzzle yet. But that piece is essential, and without it, the puzzle stays incomplete forever. And here's the sad thing about this: most people will go their entire lives without recognizing their own value. They spend decades for looking for worth in all of the wrong places when you've just been carrying it inside of you all along. So, we're going to quote William Shakespeare to end this off. "This above all, be thine own self be true, and it must follow as the night the day, thou canst not then be false to any man." Essentially, what he's saying here, what I've deduced, is that you just have to be true to yourself, because when you're true to yourself, it reveals the innate value you already have. And so, to wrap this up, the question is not whether do you have value, you already have value. The question is just, when will you start living like you believe it? So, if you're ready to stop searching for your worth and start recognizing what's already inside of you, visit my WAP page. It has like all of this mindset stuff to refocus that and realign with the innate worth inside of you. Because the world is waiting for only something you can give. So, I hope you make that change, and I hope you realize how worthy you actually are. And have a great week, guys. Thank you.